Welcome. In this session, what I'd like to do is introduce you to the Frames self-rating scale. As we've discussed previously, this course focuses on the study of leadership and places a particular emphasis on understanding the nature, defining characteristics, responsibilities, contextual determinants, and the importance of leadership in a wide array of organizations. Bowman and Deal have developed a brief self-rating form that lets people rate their leadership orientations in terms of the four frames: structural, human resource, political, and symbolic. Students have found the self-rating scale engaging, and in the process of completing the instrument and looking at their scores, they're able to understand the basic concepts behind the frames. The instrument is 1 page in length and is composed of 6 multiple-choice questions. It only takes 5 to 10 minutes to complete, plus another 5 to 10 minutes to score. The scoring handout includes a graphic on which individuals can chart their scores. If you mark the appropriate hash marks and connect the dots, you'll get a kite-shaped figure that provides a visual representation of how you rated yourself. The next slide shows the self-rating form. Complete the questions and then you can score the results. Here's how to score the instrument. First, add up all the A's, 1A plus 2A, etc., for the structural score and put it next to the ST code at the bottom of the page. Then, in the same way, add up all the B's for the HR and the C's for the political and the D's for the symbolic. The 4 scores should total 60. If not, you should check your work. Then, plot your scores on the graphic in the scoring handout on the next slide. The Leadership Orientations instrument is key to 4 different conceptions of organizations and of the task of organizational leadership. Plot each of your scores on the appropriate axis of the chart below. As I said, ST for structural, HR for human resource, PL for political, and SY for symbolic. Then read the brief description of each of these orientations towards leadership in organizations. Here are some important points to keep in mind as you look at your scores. First, scales are adjusted to represent percentile scores. The lowest number for each frame represents the 25th percentile, and the highest number represents the 90th percentile. The table on the next slide shows percentiles for each frame and is based on a sample of more than 700 managers from business, education, and government. For example, the structural frame, 25% of managers rate themselves 12 or below, and only 10% rate themselves 23 or above. The percentiles for each frame are shown in the table on the next slide. You may find them interesting in comparison with your own score. Let's briefly look at the frames. Structural leaders emphasize rationality, analysis, logic, facts, and data. They are likely to believe strongly in the importance of clear structure and well-developed management systems. A good structural leader is someone who thinks clearly, makes the right decisions, has good analytic skills, and can design structures and systems that get the job done. Human resource leaders emphasize the importance of people. They endorse the view that the central task of management is to develop a good fit between people in the organization. They believe in the importance of coaching, participation, motivation, teamwork, and good interpersonal relations. A good human resource leader is a facilitator and participative manager who supports and empowers others. Political leaders believe that managers and leaders live in a world of conflict and scarce resources. The central task of management is to mobilize the resources needed to advocate and fight for the unit's or the organization's goals and objectives. Political leaders emphasize the importance of building a power base, allies, networks, coalitions. A good political leader is an advocate and negotiator who understands the politics and is comfortable with conflict. Symbolic leaders believe that the essential task of management is to provide vision and inspiration. They rely on personal charisma and a flair for drama to get people excited and committed to organizational missions. A good symbolic leader is a prophet and a visionary who uses symbols, tells stories, and frames experiences in ways that give people hope and meaning. Here are a few things to think about and discuss. Do the results seem right? Do you feel that your scores make sense? If not, what's wrong or what's missing? Are the results what you want? In other words, given your sense of the kind of leader you want to be, how well do these results fit? One thing you need to remember: leadership skills may be learned, and those you have may be strengthened to enhance your effectiveness.